Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we week nightcap of our doubleheader to kick off coverage of Week 5 of the 2022-2023 GNASH season. It is Brentwood taking on Mount Juliet-Green Hill-Lebanon, and we have a final from the NBA Franklin game. Montgomery Bell beat Franklin 8-3, and the Big Red will be staying in Tier 1 for the rest of the regulars in the postseason. Play in the Predators Cup in the postseason. So that is 4 of tonight's games in the books, as NBA moved to 3-0 on the season. Hold on, folks. I got to type some stuff out. So NBA still alive for the rest of the year in Tier 1. So that's 2 teams that have locked up their place in Tier 1 for Phase 3 of the regular season. And the Preds Cup in the postseason. Ravenwood being the other. As the Zamboni is off the ice, and I'll get to business in a bit. As I got to cover this Brentwood team. This is the first time I've seen Brentwood this season, so we have to talk all the stuff they've been through. Hold on, folks. I'm still waiting here. Waiting on Facebook to come up. That's what I'm doing. Teams playing this game. First up, talk about the reigning two teams playing this game. First up, we got to talk goal of Brentwood, the reigning GNASH Cup champs, who final by Ravenwood up got in February, and back in February. And they graduated names. They graduate. Score. Top 5 graduated. Scores. Byron, Ethan Bustiti. Higher top 5 graduated. Ben Byron, Ethan Bustiti, Cal Esselmacher, Nate Zonerich, Tillman Horn got their diplomas and went bye-bye to college. Barrett Teasdale, I don't think he was a senior. Their sixth leading scorer, he did not come back. I guess he's sticking to travel. Seventh leading scorer, Aiden Bustizzi, he is back for his junior year. Eighth leading scorer, Dominic Kimsu, back for his senior year. Larson Smith, ninth leading scorer back for his senior year. Kyle Barberite for his senior year, he's back. Noah Ribeiro played 7 games and then did something stupid in the handshake line against Pope. They got him a 7-game suspension. They didn't let him serve the 7-game suspension because he would have come back in time for playoffs, and I don't think they wanted to reward him for what he did and with the team this year. Lucas Bowman back for his senior year. Owen Seeley back. He's a junior. Stevie Lipa back for his final year. Ty Essenmacher. Jackson Foreman also graduated. They're back for both their goaltenders are back for this year, Georgie Khachaturian and Payne Fielder. So Brentwood graduated a lot of big names. And now they need those younger guys to step up. Brentwood are 2-0-1 coming into tonight, 2 wins and a draw. They open the season with a 3-3 tie with Pope Prep on September 28th. Then 3 weeks ago tonight, they beat Centennial 3-2, and then last Wednesday they beat the Independents 5-3. If Brentwood win this game, they will have safety in Tier 1 and a place in the Preds Cup for the rest of the year. Or if they tie and Centennial beat Independence anyway, Brentwood would still get safety. And having Brentwood have a chance as place in Tier 1 for the rest of the regular win season, as long as they either win tonight or if they tie and Centennial beat Indy, or even if they lose, as long as Centennial beat Indy, Brentwood will have safety in Tier 1 and a place in the Preds Cup. Stevie Lipa is Brentwood's leading scorer. He has 5 points from 4 goals and an assist. Jack Schultz has 3 points all from goals. Aiden Bustiti with 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Larson Smith, 3 points from a goal and an assist. Dominic Kimsey, 3 points from assist. Sebi McClure, the former Father Ryan player who joined Brentwood last year after playing for Father Ryan in 2021 when they were runners-up in the Hein Cup. He has 2 points from assists. Callahan Fielder, 2 points from assists. Luke Olhoffen, who also joined Brentwood last year from Father Ryan, he has 2 points from assists. Zane Cesaroni, a point from a goal, and Kyle Barberite, a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Georgie Khachaturian has played in 2 games. He played in the game against Indy last Wednesday, and he played in the season opener against Pope Prep. His record 1-0-1. He's played 84 minutes, goals against the average of 3, no shutouts. He's allowed 6 goals on 40 shots and turned away the other 34. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .850. Payne Fielder played in the game against Centennial 3 weeks ago tonight. He got in the win, so his record's 1-0. He allowed 2 goals on 11 shots and turned away the other 9. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .820. They have played at Green Hill-Lebanon, coached by Ray Balls. They have played just 2 games so far. They tied with Franklin 3 weeks ago tonight, 8-8, and then last Monday they beat Centennial 8-3. If they win and Centennial beat Independence, they and Brentwood would get safety for the rest of the year and a place in the Predators Cup in the postseason. So, yeah, for both teams, that Centennial Independence result looms large tonight. Here's from Mount Juliet they get Abby Simonik back from tonight. He is back after serving period altercation suspension for joining in Preds Cup final period altercation in the Preds Cup final if necessary game last February. Both teams out on the ice warming up. Jordan Antar is Mount Juliet's leading scorer. He has 7 points from 6 goals and an assist. He's had a hat trick in both games. Braylon Cox has 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Anthony Giampaolo with 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Blake Bristow, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Wes Ray, 3 points from assists. Tyler Dubois with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Cullen McDermott, Parker Triplett, and Nealon Head each with a point from a goal. On to goalie play, Corbin Vickery has played in 2 games. They say his record is 1-0-1. I'm pretty sure it should be just 1-0. I think he came in late in the well, actually, if he was the goaltender of record when Mount Juliet tied the game, yeah, he would get the draw. When Mount Juliet scored the game-tying goal against Franklin with 13 seconds to go and it ended 8-8, yeah, he would get the draw. So Brent Ball should have no decisions on his record. Corbin Vickery has played just shy of 65 minutes, goals against average of 3.24. No shutouts he's allowed, 5 goals on 36 shots and turned over the other 31. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .860. Brent Balls has played in 1 game. They gave him a draw for that Franklin-Mount Juliet game, but again, because the score changed, because Mount Juliet tied the score when Corbin Vickery was in net, it should read 0-0. He's played just over 19 minutes, goals against average of 13.13, allowing 6 goals on 21 shots and turning away the other 15. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .710. The bad news for Mount Juliet is Kyle Allsaker is still suspended. This is game 3 of his 6-game suspension. He won't come back until their Phase 1 finale. Hold on, I'll dig it out here in a second because I got to get their roster out. He'll come back November 9th, game against him. November 9th for a game against NBA. By the way, I keep talking about that Centennial Indy game. Centennial already up 1-0 inside the first minute of that game. It got started, well, it should have gotten started about 20 minutes ago. Mount Juliet wearing black except Brent Balls, who's wearing his white sweater tonight. Brentwood in white. First time these two teams are meeting since Valentine's Day, when Mount Juliet came from behind in the Pretz Cup Winners Bracket semi to beat Brentwood in a shootout. Of course, Mount Juliet got all the way to the Pretz Cup final before falling short against Ravenwood. Robbie Simonik already taking his place in the crease for the Golden Bears, even though his teammates are headed to the bench for one last huddle. Payne Fielder going to start in goal for Brentwood. For this first period, Brentwood will carry the puck towards me. Mount Juliet will carry it away from me. Again, I already said Robbie Simonik taking his place in the crease. He's been there for about a minute. And this game is underway. Mount Juliet with a puck off the draw. Braylon Cox at center, passing to his right. And offside against the Bears. Passed it off to his right. And whoever's wearing, somebody's had to borrow Brent Balls' black sweater, so that's why he's wearing white. Somebody forgot their black sweater and had to borrow his. Puck is in the Brentwood zone. Well, it's not Jordan Antar. He's wearing his sweater. Ooh, and a hit. Jordan Antar delivering a hit on Callahan fielder. Puck brought into the Mount Juliet zone and immediately taken out. Here's Juliet on Cam, right wing center. Cam Sue into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Going to the inboards, backhanding the puck out in front. He's looking for Clay Smith. It's back. Sorry, it's not Clay Smith. I think Clay Smith graduated as well. And here's Aiden Bustici moving in on goal with a backhander that's stopped and covered up by Robbie Simonik. At his left-hand post, and that's the first whistle after the first 80 seconds of the game. Draws to Simonik's left. Won by Mount Juliet. They get it out of the zone. And here's number 71 for Brentwood. Again, he's wearing Clay Smith's sweater. I'm not sure who it is. Passing to Larson Smith. Now behind the net, Stevie Lipa. Back to number 71. Trying to stretch it out towards the net. It's swatted away. The number on the helmet is 13. It might be Luke Olivan in a shot in the right circle. Turned away by Simonik. That shot coming from Kyle Barberite. Mount Juliet cleared the puck down the ice. Oh, there was a penalty against Mount Juliet. They got a man in the box, so I didn't know a penalty was being called. So Brentwood are on the power play here. Aiden Bustici around the back of the net. Trying to pass out to the slot. That's out on the right wall and cleared. Bustici out at center. Minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Again, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a penalty against Mount Juliet because the play didn't end with the puck being, well, Robbie Simonik had to make a save. That's still the puck being touched, but that was just a routine save. Puck held in at the right point. Pass across Aiden Bustici, left circle, back across Kyle Barberite. Trying to go back across to Bustici. Is broken up by Ryan Woods. Off the right, 30 seconds left, passing out to the blue line and a shot. Off the right leg pad of Simonik. Puck cleared out. And again, number 71. I'm going to have to go look at the score sheet during the break. Handing it off to Dominic Kamsu. Kamsu racing back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right side. Goes to the front of the net, and puck got away from him. Lucas Bowman, a shot turned away by Simonik as the puck fell to his skates. Puck held in at the right point. Penalty time against Mount Juliet is up. They're back at even strength. It was Wes Ray out in the box as Ryan Woods slaps the puck to the other end of the rink for an icing. 10:33 to go in the first, and we're still looking for the first goal, although Brentwood had a couple of decent chances in that power play. Draw's going to be to the right of Simonik. It's won by Brentwood. Score! Connor Allen shooting from just below the right point. It sneaks to the legs of Robbie Simonik into the back of the net, and Brentwood have a 1-0 lead with 10:29 to go in the first. Connor Allen, the other of those 2021 Hind Cup runners-up members for Father Ryan, who transferred to Brentwood last season. He's also a senior, just like Luke Olhoffen and Sebi McClure. Puck out at center. Lucas Bowman brings it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Gets to the front of the net, he scores! The net had been dislodged at the left-hand post, but Bowman able to flick it in anyway. And it's 2-0 Brentwood with 9:57 to go in the first. Stevie Lipa. Puck was knocked away from him. Now, number 29 for Mount Juliet, sending it towards the Brentwood net. Stopped and covered up by Payne Fielder. Again, I'm not sure who that is wearing Brent Ball's black sweater. I'm going to have to go look at the score sheet during the break between the first and second. Draw is going to be to the left of Payne Fielder. Puck cleared out by Mount Juliet, or by Brentwood, excuse me. And now, puck brought back into the Mount Juliet end, and a shot just missed the net to the left of Simonek off the stick of number 71. Now the puck brought out to center, Jordan Antar. Now Ryan Woods will dump it back into the Brentwood zone. Puck back at center. And, number 71 with a shot from center that glanced off the post to the right of Robbie Simonek. Here's Stevie Lipa dumping the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone. Goes to the bench for a change. Ryan Woods ahead to Cullen McDermott. Now the puck turned over at center. Back Mount. Brought back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Up, getting bumped off was Jack Schultz. Parker Triplett carries to center. Over to Anthony Giampaolo. Giampaolo with a soft shot that never got to the net. Now he shoots again. It's blocked in front. And almost a turnover inside the Mount Juliet zone. Parker Triplett whiffing on a clearing attempt. Zane Cesaroni almost stole the puck from him. If he had, he been going down the slot all alone with a chance to score. Aiden Pustizzi bringing the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone. Left circle, right circle, pass across the front of the net. Past Trey Wilkins, who was hanging out at the right-hand side of the net. Puck in the left wing corner. Here's Wes Ray carrying it up for Mount Juliet into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Trying to drop it back and taken back by the Bruins. Aiden Pustizzi. Passing over to Ty Essenmacher. Hands it back to Pustizzi. Lucas Bowman, who re-enters the Mount Juliet zone, and his shot from the high slot off the left leg pad of Simonek. We're going to have a penalty against Brentwood, I think. There's a hit on the right half wall. So it's Lucas Bowman to the box for roughing. Mount Juliet getting their first power play of the game. 7-1 to go in the first. They trail 2-0. Draw is going to be to the left of Payne Fielder. One by Brentwood. Here's Dominic Kamsu racing to center. Down the right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, shot attempt was deflected and he went crashing into the inboards. Stayed on his feet, though. Larson Smith now with a puck. Backhands it out in front. Ryan Woods taken away by Stevie Lipa. Lipa passing up to the left point. Dominic Kemps to a shot off a stick into the right wing corner. Jordan Antar ahead for Wes Ray. Deflected out to center by Braylon Cox. Now it's back in the Brentwood end. Dominic Kemps is going to track it down. He whiffs on it. Here's Stevie Lipa. Trying to get it ahead to Larson Smith. It misses Smith's stick. Goes back into the Mount Juliet end. No icing, though. A minute left in the power play for Mount Juliet. Oh, yeah, no icing because Brentwood is shorthanded. Yeah. They've kind of dominated this play here. Been really good in this kill. Puck inside the Mount Juliet zone. Wes Ray flicks it out. Larson Smith with it at center. Now here's Stevie Lipa. Back in the Mount zone. A shot blocked, I think, by Ryan Woods. Woods will carry it out to center. 30 seconds left in the power play for Mount Juliet. Puck taken back by the Bruins. And a pass to number 71 was tipped by a Mount Juliet stick. Puck back in the Brentwood end. It's out on the near side boards. And shot past the net from the right half wall by Anthony Giampalo. Here's number 71 trying to flick it off the boards and out. Parker Triplett catching up to it inside the Mount Juliet zone and clearing it out. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They are back at even strength. And a shot from Kyle Barberite broken up by Neelan Head. Puck out at center. Number 71 for Brentwood brings it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Trying to get to the front of the net. A shot turned away by Simonik. Now number 71 with it again, getting knocked down. Now the puck out at center. Dumped back into the Mount Juliet zone by Jack Schultz. He goes to the bench for a change. Parker Triplett trying to keep it away from Callahan Fielder, passing over to the near board. Zane Cicerone had it knocked away from him by Bobby Camus. Zane Cicerone, pass across, held in at the right point, and sent past the net from the right point by Kyle Barberite. Puck in the left wing corner, Braylon Cox. Passing it over towards the far side. It's out at center, but Brentwood control. Zane Cicerone driving it back to Kyle Barberite, who crosses the red line, brings it back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. He's in the circle, and he got tripped. He's drawn a penalty. Interference, and it's number 29 for Mount Juliet going into the box. So Brentwood returned to the power play with 3:24 to go in the first. They're up 2-0. Draw to the left of Robbie Simonik. Mount Juliet able to get it and clear. Lucas Bowman into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. His shot deflected into the netting above the glass. Draws to the right of Simonik. Or excuse me, it'll be to his left. Mount Juliet able to bring the puck into the Brentwood zone. Jordan Antar's shot. Gloved and held on to by Payne Fielder. 90 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. 2:53 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Bruins. Draw is going to be to the right of Payne Fielder. Won by Brentwood, but almost turned over to Mount Juliet. And the Bruins able to clear it out. It's trickling back into the Mount Juliet zone. Caught up to by Tyler Dubois. Passes over to Ryan Woods. And the puck kept into the blue line by Kyle Barberite. But then taken away and sent right towards the Brentwood net. Stopped by Payne Fielder. He'll hand it off to Dominic Kamsu. Minute left in the power play for the Bruins. Kamsu ahead to number 71. He'll bring it back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Below the goal line, around the back of the net, out to the left wing. Here's a shot blocked in front. That shot coming from Jack Schultz. It's Larson Smith. Now another shot from Smith at the right circle, blockered away by Simonik. Puck carried out by Braylon Cox. 30 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Cox a shot, misses the net high and goes out of play. Looks like it went off the top of the boards into the netting above the glass. 27 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Minute 50 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Bruins. Draw is going to be to the right of Payne Fielder. It's behind the net. Bruins have it. Brought into the Mount Juliet zone. A shot from Jack Schultz turned away by Robbie Simonik. Now Schultz again on the left half wall. Pass was deflected back to Wes Ray. Ray carries to center. Penalty time against Mount Juliet is up. They're back at even strength. Ray shoots it past the net to the left of Fielder. Here come the Bruins again. Callahan Fielder into the Mount Juliet zone. Off to Kyle Barberine, whose shot was blocked by Fielder. Moving into his line of vision, either looking for a tip or to get the shot himself. And now the puck went just out to center and was brought back in offside by the Bruins. 57.3 seconds to go in the period. And Brentwood up 2-0. Draws in front of the Mount Juliet bench. Mount Juliet get into the Brentwood zone off the draw. Taken back by the Bruins. And Lucas Bowman left it behind him, moving down the left wing boards in the Mount Juliet zone. Under 30 seconds left in the period. Puck brought back into the Mount Juliet zone by Ty Essenmacher, but offside again. I think Connor Allen stepped over the blue line before Essenmacher did. Draw on the dot at center across from the Mount Juliet bench, won by Brentwood. Aiden Bustizzi brings it into the Mount Juliet zone. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Here's Aiden Bustizzi putting it out in front. Oh, and it hops over the stick of Lucas Bowman in the slot. Out to center it goes. It'll be tracked down by Kyle Barberite. And he ends up flicking it into his own bench with just 1.9 seconds left in the period. Draw's going to be to the left of Payne Fielder. Won by Mount Juliet, and that is it for the first period. 2 early goals for Brentwood from Connor Allen and Lucas Bowman have the Bruins up 2-0 on Mount Juliet-Green Hill-Lebanon at the end of 1. Payne Fielder still in goal for Brentwood. Robbie Simonek still in goal for Mount Juliet. As we get ready to start the second period with Brentwood up 2-0. Period is underway. Blake Bristow is wearing number 29 for Mount Juliet. He's wearing Brent Balls' black sweater. As we get a whistle at the other end of the ice. Mount Juliet carrying the puck towards me for this first or second period. Brentwood will carry it away from me. Luke Olhoffen is wearing number 71 for Brentwood, just as I suspected. Draw is to the left. Robbie Simonek, won by Brentwood, and a shot from Sebi McClure off some sticks and over the net. Still in play, though. Stevie Lipa, left wing side, his shot blocked. And Mount Juliet clear the puck. Sent back the other way by Sebi McClure, back into the Mount Juliet zone. Stevie Lipa at center, brings it back in, but he loses it. Now he takes it back from in deep. Luke Olhoffen at the end boards now, behind the net. Now here come Mount Juliet. Blake Bristow, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Shot missed the net. It actually went behind the net. Braylon Cox behind the net. Now he's in the left wing corner. Puts the puck out in the slot. Jordan Antar shot. Knocked away with the glove of Fielder. Puck cleared out to center. And the puck iced by Mount Juliet. 12:07 to go. Second. Still 2-0 Brentwood. Draw was to the right of Robbie Simonek. A Brentwood shot was blocked. Now here come the Bears. Wes Ray, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, could not get around Dominic Kamsu, so he'll dump the puck to the end boards. When Seeley up, we got a penalty. Another penalty in this game. And this one is against Connor Allen for roughing. Allen scoring the first goal of the game for Brentwood. So Mount Juliet back power play down 2-0 with 11:48 to go in the second. Shot from Blake Bristow was blocked by Stevie Lipa. And now back the other way go Brentwood, or they cleared the puck the other way. Here's Ryan Woods. Jordan Antar brings it back into the Brentwood zone, but offside. I think Wes Ray was over the blue line just before Jordan was. Chris. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Chris Orham's still coaching Brentwood. He has been coaching them since the 2011-12 season. Puck on the inboards of the Brentwood zone, sent around to the far side by Dominic Kamsu. Cleared out by the Bruins, picked up by Ryan Woods. And Woods ends up banking it off the bench's side kick plate, back deep into the Brentwood zone for an icing. Draw is to the right of Robbie Simonek. Draw one by Brentwood. Kyle Barberite shoots it past the net from the left point. Under a minute left in the power play for Mount Juliet. And here's a shot from Jordan Antar as the puck is brought back into the Brentwood zone. A shot from Antar turned away by Payne Fielder. Puck leaks out to center, picked up off the bench by Parker Triplett. "30 seconds left in the power play for Mount Juliet. Larson Smith passing over to Aiden Bustizzi. Now here's Stevie Lipa in the Mount Juliet zone. Crossing over to the right wing side, waiting for help. He goes to the inboards, tries to put it out in front, and ends up behind the net. Cleared out by Neelan Head. Icing waved off against Mount Juliet. Callahan Fielder behind his own net, passing to his right and passing to his left and Kyle Barberite. Puck out at center. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They're back at even strength. Puck ends up back in the Brentwood end. Barberite backhanding it over to the far side. Now Larson Smith, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, a shot blockered into the netting above the glass by Robbie Simonic. 9:29 to go in the second, still 2-0 Brentwood. Draw to the right of Simonic. One by Brentwood, and a shot misses the net to his right. And a shot made Bustizzi turned away by Simonic with a right leg pad. Puck passed off to Callahan Fielder. And taken away, and Mount Juliet, can they get it out? They do. This could be an icing. Nope, waved off. It's behind the Brentwood net, picked up by Kyle Barberite. And then Jim Paulo checks him into the inboards. Barberite carrying the puck along. Ahead to Zane Cicerone, but kept in at the right point or left point by Neelan Head. And taken back by Brentwood. Cicerone out at center. Taken away for a moment by Mount Juliet. Now here's Aiden Bustizzi with it again. Re-enters the Mount Juliet zone, left wing side, went to the front of the net. Puck got away from him as he was trying to go to his forehand. And now a chance for Mount Juliet the other way. Here's Bobby Camos, a shot blockered away by Payne Fielder. Bobby Camos wasn't too much of a breakaway, but he was moving in enough to cause Brentwood to worry, and Payne Fielder with a big glove save. Payne Fielder, just a sophomore, as back the other way goes Aiden Bustizzi, and he scores. Nifty little move to bury it into the back of the net to make it 3-0 Brentwood with 8:02 to go in the second. Draw one by Mount Juliet. A shot misses the net to the left of Fielder. Brentwood with a puck again. It's out at center. Take it back by Mount Juliet. Braylon Cox lost it though. Ty Essenmacher through center into the Mount Juliet zone. Puck taken away from him and cleared by Cox. Here's Cox sending it back into the Brentwood end. Jordan Antar, we got a Brentwood player slow to get up. It was Lucas Bowman. He's back in his skates and back in the play now. I think it was adjusting his helmet after he got hit. Now Blake Bristow brings the puck out in front. His shot blocked by Ryan Zarneski, and the puck touched up. And Lucas Bowman is tied up with Blake Bristow, and they're kicking Bristow out of the game. I think Bowman went and confronted Bristow, and Bristow grabbed his face mask. And Bristow is out of the game. Oh, my goodness. What a terrible time to take a game misconduct. It's a 5-minute power play for Brentwood. They're already up 3-0. 37 to go in the second. A devastating penalty for Mount Juliet. They're already down Kyle Alsaker because of suspension. They don't need to lose somebody else like Bristow, but Brentwood now on the power play for the next 5 minutes with 6:37 to go in the second. Draw was to the left of Robbie Simonik, won by Brentwood. Dominic Kamsu, left circle shot, stopped. And Mount Juliet cleared the puck, but Kamsu had to go off his stick of the blue line, and it barely went out to center, so he catches back up to it, hands it off to Owen Seeley. Seeley back into the Mount Juliet zone, trying to leave it. Wes Ray almost cleared it out. Puck still in the zone in deep. Held in at the left point by Larson Smith as it comes around the boards, and now it's cleared out. Dominic Kamsu through center. Back into the Mount Juliet zone. Tried to move it on goal, got off a shot that was turned away. And Mount Juliet cleared the puck back into the Brentwood zone, picked up by Dominic Kamsu. 4 minutes left in the power play for the Bruins. Kamsu clears to center, but it's intercepted. Jordan Antar brings it back into the Brentwood zone. His shot off a stick and over the net. Here is Kamsu. Ahead to Stevie Lipa. Lipa into the Mount Juliet zone. Try to drop it back to Luke Olhoff, and it went off the stick of Antar and out. Larson Smith, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, wanted to center. Puck comes around to the left wing side. Here's a shot from Luke Olhoff and turned away. Rebound right out in front. Lipa couldn't get his stick on it. Braylon Cox clears it. Down ice it goes. It'll be Lipa catching up to it ahead of Jordan Antar. Now Aiden Pustici at center. Pustici left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Tries to backhand it out in front. Intercepted and cleared by Antar. Aiden Pustici from inside his own zone. Under 3 minutes left in the power play for Brentwood. Aiden Pustici round the back of the Mount Juliet net. Puck comes up to the right point. Now across to Kyle Barberite. His shot blockered away by Robbie Simonik. Barberite at the inboards again. Behind the net. Comes out to the right wing side. Tried to put the puck out in front. It's retrieved from just above the left wing corner by Trey Wilkins. Now off to Pustici. Now back to Wilkins. Now Pustici. Aiden Pustici down the left wing. Goes to the inboards around the back of the net. He scored the most recent Brentwood goal. He puts it in front. It's backhanded past the net, I think, by Graham Engelhardt, who then falls over. And we get a whistle with exactly 2 minutes left in the power play for Brentwood. And are they going to go on the power play again or what? Or are they going to get a 5-on-3 here? Yes, they are. Interference the call against, I think, Jackson Blevins. I think it's number 5. So Brentwood with a 2-minute 5-on-3, and one of those is a power play where the clock's going to run down to 0 no matter what because it's a major. 3:37 to go in the second. They're up 3-0. Draw was to the left of Simonik. One by Brentwood. A shot from Aiden Bustizzi blocked. And Robbie Simonik has it covered up outside the crease. Draws to the right of Simonik. One by Mount Juliet and cleared. Here's Aiden Painfielder. I was about to call him Aiden. Painfielder leaving it for Kyle Barberite. Barberite. Head to Pustizzi. Pustizzi right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Turns around, passes over to the left circle. And a shot from Barberite. Stopped and held onto by Robbie Simonik. Exactly 3 minutes left in the second. 84 seconds left on both penalties against Mount Juliet. Still 3-0 Brentwood. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. Passed up the far side to Pustizzi. Minute left in both penalties. Pustizzi, left wing side of the Mount Juliet net, trying to get it in front for Graham Engelhart, but hopped over Englehart's stick. And a clearing attempt held into the blue line. By Barberite, and a shot was turned away by Simonik. Now here's Pustizzi moving in, his shot blocked. 30 seconds left in both penalties. Puck out at center. Barberite sends it back into the Mount Juliet zone, but offside is called against Brentwood. Trey Wilkins touched it up with Engelhart there. I think it was a player coming off the bench that stepped into the zone before Brentwood had control. .23 seconds left in both penalties against Mount Juliet. Here's Zane Cicerone dropping it back to the blue line. Ryan Zarneski, a shot knocked down and covered up by Robbie Simonik. Exactly 5 seconds left on both penalties against the Bears. Minute 41 to go in the second. Still 3-0 Brentwood. Draws to the right of Simonik. One by Brentwood, and a shot turned away by Simonik. Both penalties against Mount Juliet are up. They're back at even strength. As the puck comes out in front, and diving out to cover it up is Simonik with 89 seconds to go in the period. Draw to Simonik's right. One by Brentwood. Puck fired to the inboards from the left point. Puck out at center. Sebi McClure with it. Puck in the Brentwood zone. Minute left in the second. Puck passed around to the far side. Mount Juliet trying to get it towards the Brentwood netters. Braylon Cox. Pass out high, held in Nealon head. His shot went over the net. And off the glass. Puck comes up to the right point. Parker Triplett holds it in. His shot floated up in the air, came down. Fielder to make the save, and then he turns away a rebound try from, I think, Jordan Antar. Puck out in front for Antar. And knocked away by Fielder. There's 30 seconds left in the period as Brentwood are going to ice the puck. 22.7 seconds to go in the period. They're up 3-0. That was one of Mount Juliet's best chances by far. Draw is going to be to the left of Fielder. Owen Seeley with it for the Bruins. Behind his own net, sends it around to his left. Held in. Ryan Woodson it towards the front of the net. He's knocked away by Seeley. Puck carried out to center by Connor Allen. He'll dump it into the Mount Juliet zone. Actually shoot it on goal. Sevenik turns it away, and that is it for the second period. Aiden Pustitzi with the only goal of the second as Brentwood extend their lead to 3-0 over Mount Juliet after 28 minutes. Third period just underway. Brentwood up 3-0 on Mount Juliet, but we have a massive development on Rink A. Independence are leading Centennial 4-2 inside the last minute. If they hang on, that dooms Centennial to the round robin for phase 2. Robbie Sevenik still in goal for Mount Juliet. Payne Fielder still in goal for Brentwood. Luke Olhoffen with a shot. Hit the back netting. Tried to put it in front for Dominic Kemps, who was broken up by Ryan Woods. Puck taken away by Woods, carried to center. Oh, Woods knocked down, trying to carry it to the Brentwood net. It's comes on goal, covered up by Payne Fielder. 12:58 to go. But yeah, again, Indy leading a Centennial. 4-2 inside the last minute. Penalty against Brentwood for that hit on Woods as he went to the slot. So Mount Juliet to the power play down 3-0 with 12:58 to go. What stinks is I can't go back over there. I got to call this. Draw is to the left of Payne Fielder. And now there's a chance for Stephen Lipa in front. Oh, stopped by Sevenik. Stretched out the left leg pad as Lipa moved in on goal. Lipa tried to deke, and instead of flicking it over the down Sevenik, he tried to slide it along the ice, and it didn't work. Lipa. At the inboards, backhanding it up to the right point. Shot from Barberite missed the net to the left of Sevenik. If Brentwood hang on and win this game, they will be safe. They will be in Tier 1 for the rest of the regular season and have a place in the Predators Cup in the postseason. They will join Ravenwood and NBA as teams having that distinction. As we wonder if Independents have held on Rink A. Minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Or correction, Mount Juliet. Brentwood are treating it like it's their power play. Here's Aiden Pustizzi through center, back into the Mount Juliet zone. A shot, he hit the crossbar. Puck way up in the air, lands back in play in the left wing corner. That close to his second goal of the game, and a shorthanded one at that. Wes Ray is going to ice the puck. 24 seconds left of the power play for Mount Juliet. 11:22 to go in the game. They are down 3-0. Draws to the left of Simonik. Brentwood with a puck inside their own zone. Tried to clear. Anthony Giampaolo holds it in. Then he gets knocked into the boards. Penalty time is up. Brentwood back at even strength. Puck sent towards the net, blocked by the stick of Owen Seeley. He banks it off the near boards, trying to get it out. Brentwood do get it out. It's back in the Mount Juliet end, immediately cleared up by Ryan Woods. Puck back in the Brentwood end, Owen Seeley with it. Over to Ty Essenmacher. Now Aiden Boost back in the Mount Juliet zone. Ty Essenmacher, left wing corner. Tried to put it out in front. It was intercepted by Ryan Woods. Woods out to center. Woods into the Brentwood zone. Go to the front of the net. Shot off the glove of Payne Fielder. Puck cleared back into the Mount Juliet end. Not very deep. Lucas Bowman, who has a goal, comes to the front of the net, and the puck hopped on him. He didn't really have an angle to shoot. Net slightly dislodged. Robbie Simonik pulls it back into place. Puck held into the blue line. Dominic Kamsu to the left circle. Connor Allen. Allen's shot went across the front of the net. Here's Dominic Kamsu through center. Back into the Mount Juliet zone. A shot over the net. Here's Kamsu back into the Brentwood zone, setting it towards the front of the net. Back into the Mount Juliet zone, setting it towards the front of the net. And it was turned away by Simonik. He tried to cover it, actually leaked behind him. Here's Braylon Cox to center. Back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Puck taken away by Kamsu. Puck cleared out by the Bruins. And falling over with a puck as it came his way was Andrew Huffing. And now through center into the Mount Juliet zone comes St. Cicerone. He's out in front. A shot. Oh, he hit the outside netting on the left-hand side of the net. Puck sent right to the Mount Juliet net from center. Stopped and covered up by Simonik. 8:02 to go. Brentwood still up 3-0. As we beaten, have Indy held on and beaten Centennial and do face the Cougars to the round robin for phase 2. Here comes Luke Hoffman down the left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, around the back of the net. Tried to pass across to Stevie Lipa. It was deflected, broken up by the stick of Tyler Dubois. Puck out at center. Lipa gets it back. Carries it back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side, drops it back. Now they go across to Olhoffen. Put out in front, swatted away by Wes Ray. Here's Ty Essenmacher shooting in the left circle. It was Olhoffen shooting in the left circle. It was blocked by Ryan Woods, and then he fired another try past the net. Puck put out in front. Oh, and a shot whiffed on by Stevie Lipa. And then he got him a shot that was turned away by Simonik. Wes Ray banking it off the inboards out to the far side. Tyler Dubois tried to clear, held in at the right point. A slap shot turned away by Simonik. Slap shot from Stevie Lipa. Puck out at center, brought back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side by Aiden Pustitsi. Mount Juliet, we're making a line change. Pustitsi coming out to the right wing side from block in it. Hands it off. Barberite right point. His shot blocked. Ty Essenmacher, a backhander stopped. Rebound turned away by Simonik. That was Lucas Bowman, who already has a goal. And Luke Olhoffen sending it to the right-hand side of the net where it's covered up by Simonik. Puck carried to the front of the Brentwood net, and a shot stopped and covered up by Payne Fielder. Now here comes Lucas Bowman in on goal. A shot stopped and covered up by Simonik. Here's Braylon Cox out to center. Into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Tried to pass across. Broken up by Ty Essenmacher. Essenmacher to center. Mount Juliet zone. A shot stopped and covered up from the right wing side by Simonik. 4:32 to go. Brentwood up 3-0. Draws to the left of Simonik. Brentwood with it. Callahan Fielder trying to go to the front of the net. Puck out at center. Cullen McDermott with it for Mount Juliet. Taken away inside the Brentwood zone. Dominic Kamsu, left wing side of the Mount Juliet end. Dominic Kamsu, man, he has turned into a stud. He was a stud last year. He's even more of a stud this year. Wes Ray, left wing side of that. Brentwood's on a shot turned away. And now back the other way comes Stevie Lipa down the Mount Juliet. Slide in front of backhander. Stopped by Simonik. Then he falls over, got it out in front. He was tripped. He was tripped by Ryan Woods. So Brentwood back to the power play, up 3-0 with 3:26 to go. Jordan Antar, a shot turned away by Payne Fielder. Oh, and Sevier McClure carries it to the Brentwood blue line. He and Mount Juliet blue line. He and Graham Engelhart got tied up and they fell over. Meanwhile, at the other end, Jordan Antar with a shot that's turned away by Payne Fielder. Aiden Bustizzi. Puck back deep in the Brentwood end, picked up by Dominic Kamsu. Minute to go in the power play for the Bruins. Kamsu racing into the Mount Juliet zone. Try to go to the front of the net. Puck knocked off his stick by Jackson Blevins. Trey Wilkins behind the net. Passing up to the right point. Now over to Dominic Kamsu. Kamsu's shot turned away by Robbie Simonik. Now Graham Engelhart. Now, put out in front by number 9. I'm not sure who that is. He's wearing Nate Zonerich's old sweater. Number 17 on his helmet. That'd be Reed Michelson. Puck carried into the Brentwood zone. Braylon Cox's shot over the net. Penalty time against Mount Juliet is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Dominic Kamsu back into the Mount Juliet zone. A shot. Oh, it looked like it went in. It came in and out. It looked like it went in. Well, if this were the NHL, I believe in a few seconds there would be a buzzer stopping play, but not in this case. I think Kamsu scored. Final minute of the game. Jordan Antar with a shot at the other end, turned away by Payne Fielder. Antar has been far and away Mount Juliet's best player tonight. Another shot turned away by Fielder. Rebound score! Wes Ray knocks it in. I think it was Wes Ray. There goes the shutout for Brentwood with 43.9 seconds to go. It's 3-1. But I'm pretty sure Dominic Kamsu scored here at the other end. Independence held on and won 4-2, and Centennial are doomed to the round robin. As a timeout is called with 43.9 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. Brentwood, by the way, they are now 43.9 seconds away from still being alive. If they win this game, they will have safety for the rest of the season. Timeout. And the Mount Juliet net is empty. Robbie Simonek not in goal anymore. So he get as they put Kamsu out there, Brentwood. As they take a shot at the empty net and they miss. 19 and a half seconds. Kamsu is go. Kamsu is going to. Draw's going to be to the right fielder. Going to be for an icing. Ryan Woods beats Steve Ace. It's not for an icing. Ryan Woods beats to it. And against Smith, it's going to draw a penalty at the end of the game. Not that it matters. Brentwood wins. Larson Smith is going to draw a penalty at the end of the game. In Tier 1 for the Brentwood regular season, and they will remain Tier 1 for the rest of the regular season and play in the Predators Cup in the postseason. As Larson Smith arguing with, he and Jordan Antar are talking. Hopefully nobody does anything dumb in the handshake line. As Brentwood collect their third win of the season, they now have 3 wins and a draw. And again, they have enough points to avoid having to do the round robin. So that's 3 teams, Ravenwood, MBA, who are safe in Tier 1 for the rest of the regular season. Ravenwood, MBA, and Brentwood. And once the handshake line clears and nobody's done anything dumb, I'm gonna as some of the Brentwood players are being good sports and congratulating Robbie Simonek on doing so well. All right, I'm going to go check the score sheet. Ryan Woods scored the Mount Juliet goal there inside the last minute of the game. The Brentwood goals came from Connor Allen, Lucas Bowman, and Aiden Pustizzi. And I'm going to award my player of the game to Pustizzi because he had more hustle than anyone else. So, zooming them to Indy beating and the to the night we're going to Bellevue for the first time this year. Round robin, and we are going Wednesday night. We're going to Bellevue for the first time this year, and we are going. Father Ryan taking on Nashville Christian, USNBA Nashville Christian. So USNBA Nashville Christian are the last team we have to check off. So Brentwood with the win. Will stay in Tier 1 for the rest of the year and play in the Preds Cup. So they join Ravenwood and MBA as having distinction. So they join Ravenwood and Mount in that distinction. Well, Mount, I can't declare it yet. Mount, well, actually, I can't declare it yet because thanks to that win, and only over Centennial right now, Indy, thanks to that win over Centennial, can still finish this first part of the regular season with 6 points from 3 wins. Robin. And get themselves out of that round robin. So, Mount, with only Mount Juliet with 4 games to go. Still have got some work to do now. They play Independence next Monday night. If they beat them, if they can beat if they can beat Pope on Wednesday night and then beat Indy, they would be safe for the rest of the year. But that loss for Centennial just so much. It lost so much. Wow. I don't believe it. Centennial will have to do the round. Centennial will have to do the round robin. Unbelievable. So most of the night's games are in, with the exception of Rutherford and Summit down at Bellevue. Rutherford should be favored on that one. If we won't know the result. By the way, if Rutherford win that game, Summit are stuck in Tier 2 for the rest of the year. So, yeah. Here are the night's results except for the Rutherford Summit game. Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb beat Hendersonville Beach 9-5. Ravenwood beat Pope Prep CPA GCA 5-0. Tennessee Outlaws beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 6-0. Montgomery Bell beat Franklin BGA 8-3. And Independence beat Centennial 4-2 to doom the Cougars to the round robin. Brentwood beat Mount Juliet. Games in the book in 3-1. Standings. So with most of tonight's games in the books, here are the standings. Tier 1, Ravenwood now at 4-0. Brentwood now 3-1. After the Tier 1 for the NBA, now 3-0. All three of those teams safe in Tier 1 for the rest of the year and have a place in the Predators Cup in the postseason. Franklin BGA now 1-2-2 after the loss tonight. Mount Juliet-Green, Hill-Lebanon now 1-1-1. Pope Prep now 1-2-1. Independence now 1-4, and Centennial at the bottom of Tier 1 at 0-5-1. Tier 2, Father Ryan at 3-0. Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb, the Rampage, and USNBA Nashville Christian all 2-1. Hendersonville Beach 2-2. The Outlaws 2-3, Summit Page 1-3, Station Camp. These Creek 0-3-1. 7:10 over on Rink A here at Centennial. Franklin BGA taking on Brentwood. 8 o'clock on Rink 2 in Bellevue. Father Ryan taking on USNBA Nashville Christian. 8:30 here on Rink B at Centennial. NBA against Centennial. Again, that game doesn't matter now. NBA have already secured safety. Centennial have to go to the round robin. And Mount Juliet-Green Hill-Lebanon taking on Pope Prep CPA GCA at 8:40 over on Rink A here at Centennial. Wednesday night we'll be at Bellevue for the first time this season. One last team to check off the list. That's USNBA Nashville Christian. We'll have covered them all as they take on Father Ryan. We'll be in the air at 7:50 for an 8 o'clock face-off. But, man, what a night in GNASH history. Independence beating Centennial 4-2 and dooming the Cougars to the round robin to see if they can, to make them fight to keep their place in Tier 1 and in the Predators Cup. Oh, man, what a crazy first few weeks this has been. Our on-air finals tonight, the Tennessee Outlaws 6, Station Camp Liberty Creek nothing, and just now Brentwood 3, Mount Juliet-Green Hill-Lebanon 1. I'm Michael Ackney. Thank you all so much for listening tonight. We'll talk to you again Wednesday at 7:50 for Father Ryan taking on USNBA Nashville Christian at Bellevue. Good night.